how does the prior bill that just passed and this bill seem to be kind of, do they overlap? Would we only pass one of these bills, or are you looking to pass both of them?
One is a cleanup bill for a specific act that's just meant to make our regulatory framework consistent, and one is more comprehensive, dealing with various parts of DFI rather than focusing only on one specific license type. And this bill, again, is really focused only on taking rid of mandatory exams and dealing with the fee authority. The Sales Finance Act, from our perspective, is meant to clarify, be more of a technical bill. This is the bill that we're really focused on for fees, because the real intent is to do fees by rule and to move them from being, so currently we have almost always flat fees where the big guys are paying the same amount as little guys. So for example, we have companies that buy hundreds of thousands of dollars of motor vehicle retail installments, or maybe even million, and we have some that buy a few thousand. To have that small business pay the same renewal fee as that big business that poses a greater risk simply by the fact that they're doing a lot more business, from our perspective, is not the most progressive and equitable way to split the fees. We want the fees to make sense, to protect small businesses, while the big players, who are typically out-of-state companies, to pay what we feel is fair and equitable.
And so when we look back at the other bill that was setting fees, it said a non-refundable background investigation fee of $800, which would be set for the individuals that would be doing $8,000 of those loans, or you said hundreds of thousands or millions of $1 million worth of that type of loan. Is that would it be reasonable to say that that fee should be based on the loans as well?
I'm going to defer to my legal.
Yeah.
My understanding, and again, I want my legal counsel to confirm, is that fee is for new applicants, and there's a lot of work in reviewing a new licensee.
Okay.
But again, I want him to confirm that. There is authority to modify, even if it is applicable to renewal. One of the things in the bill is to modify fees by rule. So, our hope is to make all of our fees either volume-based or some other mechanism where the bigger companies are paying more and the smaller companies are paying less. So that very well may get removed when we get the rulemaking authority. And that was simply to align. Again, we were trying to align this act with others, so that I believe those numbers came from the Consumer Legal Funding Act, and we simply left them the same. But again, I would like counsel here to correct me if I made any misstatements.
No corrections needed. That was accurate from the deputy director.
Good. And then, is this the way you cover other financial lenders? I mean, is it a bank that has $8 billion worth of lending capacity versus a bank that has 150 billion, whatever it may be? I'm just throwing out random numbers, but is that how you do those?
The Illinois Banking Act and the Illinois Credit Union Act is a progressive fee, with the banks and credit unions with more assets paying significantly more. It's based on assets. With money transmitters, it's based on the amount of money they transmit. And student loan servicing, it's based on the volume of loans or the amount of loans that I may be getting, but it's volume-based, based on size. But in consumer credit, currently, it's always a flat fee. Everybody pays the same thing.
Okay. Thank you.
Please proceed.
But to the point, it's like we have no problem having that discussion and putting that in statute, which is where it should be, instead of just by rulemaking, to where then, again, this is, I think, the proper venue for that discussion, to put that framework into statute so that they have greater statutory authority, and then the rulemaking follows after that.
Are there any further questions from members of the committee? All right, seeing none, and then just to clarify, there will be an amendment coming back to this committee on this particular bill as well, correct? All right, very good.
Correct.
There being no further debate, Representative Hernandez moves that House Bill 5384 do pass. Is there a leave? Partisan. And with partisan leave, I just want to make sure that I've got these numbers right. That would be 7 votes in favor, 3 votes opposed, and none voting present, House Bill 5384 is declared passed and will be favorably reported to the House floor. And with that, I will turn the chair back over to Representative Manley.
Thank you, Representative Delgado. There being no further business, the House Financial Institutions Committee will recess until the call of the chair. Thank you, everybody.